Right then guys, the next thing we're going to look at now is crank removal, the arms and the pedals. Now, for those of you who rave about the quality of modern bikes, have a look at this. You ain't seen nothing. Original pedal 1961, original crank 1961. Probably maybe been serviced once in his life, but the previous owner insisted he never had service in the 64 years he had it. Now watch the pedal now. If you can find me a modern pedal that does that, I'll eat my shorts and I'll do it on camera. Again, the crank, watch this now. Minimum effort. And I've done this as an experiment, but you really wang the crank around and it'll just go and go and go and go. Such is the quality of the bearings, the handmade bearing shells and races, cut on traditional English machinery from the Second World War. And look at that, look, the quality of those. And I'll just go on and on and on. And I said I was just with a slightest touch of my finger. If I really give it a good fling around, I've known the cranks to spin and rotate for roughly 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes at a push. Just from the pure quality of the bearings in that crank. Now, you're giving the bearings a bloody good lubricating. Didn't use WD-40. I used something different to remove the crank arms, because I was told to try it, and it was specialist WD-40 penetration oil, and this is fantastic, guys. Trust me. I just get a little squirt as you do, and I let it soak into the cotters, and I give it, I think, a day, topping it up in between for it to soak in. When I come to undo the nuts and that, then I grab my spanner. It didn't take no effort at all, literally, just to break them off. These were so loose, actually, I run them nearly all the way out by hand, without any faffing about, any heat, nothing at all on the cotters. So I seriously, strongly recommend this WD-40, what's it called again? WD-40 Specialist Penetration is designed for stuff like this to really get into the pins and stuff. I didn't use a block of wood underneath. That is now loose, and that's all it took. I was trying for 2 or 3 days before, hammering and lubricating, and this WD-40 Specialist Penetration is fantastic, I kid you not. What I didn't know was, at this point, that this arm had been previously repaired, and nobody had told me, not even the previous owner. To find out it had been collared, and this was going to take some serious shifting to get out. You can see where I've dubbed some of the nut over, trying to get it out last week, and it wouldn't go. I tried and I tried. I should be using a proper imperial tool for this, really. I haven't got one. So there's the nut out. I just grab a screwdriver now, as I can drift that. So you come in, slowly but surely. Okay then guys, the rubber mallet wasn't making no real impression on the cotter pin. So we resort into a good old fashioned tomahawk war axe, because I don't have a ball peen hammer. Let's see how she goes. Well, it's doing the job. She's certainly coming down. Alright, we've got a bit of a lip on that cotter there, so stopping it from coming out. So the cotter has definitely been in and out before. Get an angle grinder on it and cut it off. I think that's going to be the easiest way on that. One snap drill bit. Here she is there. As Chloe said, this bike has fought me every inch of the way. There you go. Now she comes. I've done it in such a way as not to damage the crank at all. So the crank's completely damaged. There's a little bit of damage on there, I can replace that. Like I said, I got a new set of pedals anyway to go on. But this was an absolute bitch to get out. In case you're asking why I use a press, I haven't got one. I looked everywhere on the internet. For a month, I couldn't find a press to get the pin out. I was hammering it for about 2 hours to get the pin out. It was well wedged. So in the end, I resorted to using a Dremel, took the bottom and top and bottom off of the cotter pin, and drilled down through. Now, you just seen it, and just caught, as the axle twisted, it caught the drill bit and snapped the drill bit off, just so I got this side off. So let's hope the other side fares much better. Okay then folks, so now you've seen how successfully not to remove a crank on the other side on a seized crank arm. Now with our bottom bore joint tool, we're going to press the pin out, and hopefully this will be a nice, straightforward, easy demonstration. I say hopefully, because like everything else, when you do it on camera for the first time, you can guarantee it'll go wrong. Right then, so bigger tool, bigger spanner, give it another banging around here. And let's see how she goes. We know a very good condition of the cotter because we've got new ones to go on. Tension is ramping up now. I didn't expect something to come off easy. The other side didn't come off easy. Because you've seen the rest of the video, I absolutely beat holy hell in the other side. And there's a great video which I'll link below on another channel called Velocipedium, where he spends a great deal of time as well with one of these, which is C's. Now this is at least a 60-year-old cotter in this, which has never been removed, as far as the previous owner told me. Now you can't see this on camera, but this is actually bending now. And there's still no sign of the ball joint giving way yet. The ball joint, I mean the cotter, giving way. No, this is unbelievable amount of pressure. It's got to be 100, if not more, 100 tons of pressure now on this cotter. She's still not budged. Oh, come on. Extra grip on it, turn it down. You want to release a reese with a bang. Oh, there she goes. Whoa, that was some doing. Right, okay. Now this is why you leave the nut on. That would put a shot out of there and the pin would have come out of here at a rate of knots. So we'll back this off now. And we'll take that nut out of there. Alright then guys, so we're just going to take this nut out of here now. She's fulfilled her job. She stopped the bolt or the cotter from flying across the room and causing damage. We can now push out. She should, in theory, be loose now, and just press out. Oh, there we go. Now working around the camera then. There's our cotter out. Now this now should just pull off here, but she's not. The pedal's still on a solid. Let's give her a tap around with my mallet to free her up. Looking down the cotter recess, she hasn't moved. Okay, so we're going to give it another squish of WD-40. We're using Specialist WD-40 penetrator. Now our soaking gets in behind. We'll have another tap at this in half an hour. We give her a good tap around here now. Unfortunately, there's a couple of little dings now on the shoulder, but she's free up nice. You see she's coming off now. There's a little wiggle. Screwdriver to get behind. Give her a bit of a lever to wiggle off this pulley. There we are, and out she comes. Now you can see the 64 years, I keep saying 61 because you built in 61. There's 64 years of grime on there, and she's going to need a good clean in the bath. The pedals I'm going to pop to my local garage as I can get them off in the vise. And you can now see all the rust on the shaft now, which this is going to be cleaned off and cleaned up to get on that next section now. Finish taking off the chain guard. Right, okay, so managed to get out with a pair of adjustables. I hate doing this, I really do. I did have all the tools I needed once upon a time, but over the years, one by one, be it friends, be it family, be it builders in the house even, I caught some, they've all been taken by whatever means, beg, borrow, steal, normally steal, and never returned. So these days now, needless to say, my tool range is very limited. And I can't really afford at the moment to re-gear an Imperial so I'm doing the best I can. I will have to invest in some Imperial tools or put the bike back together, otherwise you won't get the correct leverage. Taking apart is one thing. When there's all nuts, but you know you're going to replace all bolts, that's one thing. But when she goes back together, she's got to be right. Okay. So you'll see how this case comes out now. Never done one of these before. There's at times like this I wish I had a coach handy. So that looks like that separates this somehow. There we are. So here's our chain case off. This can be cleaned up now. And repairs can be done to the back and repainted. I'll get in some Land Rover olive green to paint the back. I don't particularly want to touch the decals on the front because these are original, although they are available from Lloyd's Bicycles, so I might get new transfer to go on there. It's not a particularly good transfer. She's off centre, but they actually look like this is a transfer on top of a transfer already, because that's out the line there as opposed to the rest of it there. So I might have one refurb in its life already. And when you look at the rest of the gear now, you've got a grease nipple here. Right now, I've got the weight of the crank on there. That bearing is quite dry, quite up in there, or she does spin really well with the pedals on because they deaden the weight and balance the weight on the shafts. She really does need a good lube and clean there. Bottom bracket is amazingly good condition, no rust at all on the BB. Alright then guys, that'll recap the rest of the video. Next up we're going to be taking this out. This is C solid. I already had to go try and take it out. She will not budge. So I think I'm going to have to take off the saddle, get a nice pair of Stilsons or mole grips on it and give us a really good tug around. Possibly a hammer and a chisel in here to open out the mouth on there. This has been soaking for 2 weeks in WD-40 Pro penetration. You're going to take the end off the Sturmey Archer pulley, onto the front handlebars, drop the coil stem, and then we're going to eventually come back to taking out the BB, and then we can get the frame away then for cleaning and degreasing, ready for some paint in some essential areas, like on the forks, on the rear, on the dropouts. There's no paint at all left. You can't see this level of light, but there's no paint on them at all, so they're going to need a repaint. It doesn't matter if it doesn't match out the forks, so I can mask it around here and bring it in so you won't really notice. Things like here, no looking at that there, could tape under there and just repaint the Hooray chainstays in Land Rover enamel green. I think that'd be good enough. We're not going for a factory restoration. Instead, I'm speaking with Argos Cycles at the moment on restoring of the Avanti. So that's one to look out for as well, guys. That's already in the pipeline. Graphics have been made this week by Lloyd's Bicycles for the Avanti. And I also got the stickers on the way for the two M-Trax bikes as well. So I've got a couple of projects on the go at the moment on the channel, so keep your eyes open. Things like re-chroming the headsets, I don't think I'll bother with this bike. But we'll go clean up, you'll see how it comes out. Alright then guys, I finished up in this part of the video. I just took the kickstand off. I thought why not, as I'm working in that area. Look at the grime and muck on it. This is why you've got to clean your parts regular on your bikes. If you look at the amount of debris that's on it, I'll collect mud, oil, traffic debris, and this is being clamped around your bottom chainstay, and this will eventually be the death of your bicycle. On top, the frame's going to look excellent. Underneath, with this amount of muck and build up, it collects the water, it collects moisture, it doesn't dry out, and this destroys the bottom bracket on your bicycle. So it's imperative that you keep these clean. I would say at least once every 2 to 3 years, take them out and clean all the shit from under your bottom bracket. Cycle stand, that's one. Next part, she's come out in a lovely condition. The driver's side crank. We've got our Sir Walter Raleigh on our crank arm. So she's an original Raleigh Union, Raleigh Industries crank set. So it's imperative I kept hold of this for the bike. Now looking at the back of it, she is going to need a damn good clean. What I might do is, when the handlebars come off, because I'm friendly with a re-chroming service in Pyle and Bridgend, and we might even go for re-chroming the parts. I got to get a new fork key done, which means I got to knock out the cap. I got a new Raleigh grifter cap to fit in the fork, but it's not chrome, same as the original. So I'm definitely going to get the cap re-chromed off the chopper before I put it in there. But just give us a little wipe down for you now. She is going to come up amazing. And like I said, the next step then is going to be taking out the saddle, dropping the coil set, and then we'll be looking at other parts, stripping individually before preparation for sending away for cleaning and doing some of the painting I'll be doing myself. The rear wheel, I'll be going away to velocipedium. We're going to be servicing the 4-speed FG rear hub. Very rare, only made for a couple of years, around 1958 to 1961. After that, Raleigh reverted to all the 3 speeds with basically everything. So he may do a video on that. It may be something to watch out for. It'll be something we come up in a few months' time. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one as we continue to strip on this beautiful Raleigh, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks and bye bye.